Joe Morrell and Kiefer Moore suspended. If you'd have told a fan a year ago that they were missing, they'd probably have shrugged their shoulders, but they've become so important. Should other players be looking in and seeing what they've done as inspiration? If you get your chance, you can take it.
Well, those players definitely, took the chance. I think it was the friendly against Belarus where they both played really well, and then from then really they've not looked back. So yeah, it's important because there will be players who will be given a chance tomorrow, and they have to take it. So yeah, unfortunately they're suspended, but we have to deal with that, and we have got the players to do that.
And Kiefer Moore has been so influential since coming in. We need to change the plan with him being out there. What are the options?
Yeah, obviously Kiefer's focal point, someone who can play a little bit more direct to, if we are under a bit of pressure or early in the game, say. So, yeah, we'll have to change the thinking of our approach, how we play. But that was it's always been in my mind anyway. If Kiefer isn't available, of course, the blow to us this time was Hal Robson-Kanu, who did so well when he came on against Bulgaria. He unfortunately broke his arm before camp. So again, different way of playing, but yeah, hopefully we'll be okay.
It was great to see Aaron Ramsey back. He's so important for Wales. For one reason or other, he hasn't been involved during your time as often as you'd like, I'm sure. But how good has it been to have him with you this week?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, I spoke about it before the Ireland game. The quality, the experience that he brings gives everyone a lift. So, yeah, and he showed that bits of quality in Ireland at certain points. So, yeah, when you have top players like that, it gives everyone a lift. And
just finally, from me, one thing with everybody playing, you've had a chance to look at Bulgaria, of course, the game against Finland. How much does that help you as a manager going into these games, preparing?
Yeah, it does help. Obviously, they played an important game on Thursday as well against Hungary in a playoff game. So there's a couple of games that we can call upon, that we can look at recent, because other times, you maybe a couple of months before, you don't know what the teams are going to do. So yeah, it's the same for them really. They've had a close look at us, but yeah, we know what we're up against. If we're not on it, it'll be a tough game. So yeah, we need to be on it, and the players know that.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers.
Okay, Rob Phillips.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Rob.
How close is David Brooks, and what's the problem with him?
Yeah, David coming to camp just feeling a little bit under weather, so he missed a few days training early on in the camp. Then gradually, as the camp went on, he got stronger. We give him more training time. He come away from the sports scientists, away from the physios, and was joining in with us. So he looked good. Unfortunately, yesterday he just took a little bit of a knock, and with the close proximity to the game, it was just the turnaround was just too close. So felt it best. He's not had a couple of weeks where he's played a lot of football. It was best that he went back to Bournemouth and get fit again.
And you haven't called anybody in. Is that because you're in a COVID bubble? Because other countries appear to have called in replacements?
Yeah, we all got tested after the game on Sunday. So after that, it would have been very difficult. Brooksy was yesterday, so that would have been after we'd been tested. So it's very difficult then to bring players in, and they would have to fly to Dublin, then we fly to Bulgaria. So yeah, we'll just have to deal with the players that we've got, which is fine.
Easy in hindsight, but do you regret not calling someone in when Hal Robson-Kanu pulled out? A more like for like, as you say, for Kiefer Moore or Hal Robson-Kanu?
Yeah, well, we had 26 players, so that was fine. So I felt that obviously with Dan James, Harry, Brooksy not really involved, well, they weren't involved in the England game, that they would be 3 new players coming into 2 games. So we felt that we were fine in that respect. And it has been sort of more problematic because of the COVID situation, but that solely wasn't the reason. We felt that we had enough players.
And defensively, you appear to be okay because Chris Mepham has travelled, so he comes into contention, does he? And how much are you having to look at this third game at players who may not have played or may have played all 3 games or whatever, is that something that you're going to have to look at as well as just picking the team for Wednesday?
Yeah, we've done that right from the beginning. So obviously we had an eye, me and the staff had an eye on each game, on the perfect scenarios, players going into the game with minutes, looking fresh. Not easy because you pick up knocks, you pick suspensions up the way, and it never goes perfectly. So you have a contingency plan always. But it's not been easy with 3 games in 6 days, for sure. But yeah, every country is in the same boat.
Mepham is okay, yeah?
Yeah, Meps is fine.
And so, talking of that, Nico Williams has been a sub for you every time so far. Is he coming into your thoughts because he seems to have made an impact in most of the games he's come on for?
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Nico's been fantastic. Every time he's come on, he's made an impact. So he's definitely in my thinking. Starting the game, of course, we've got other players who have come on and done well. So yeah, Nico's along with those players are definitely in my plans for tomorrow.
And just finally for me, how much of a test is it to go to a place like Sofia and come back with a decent result? Because it is different to the home game. They were very stubborn. It took you, 90 plus 4 minutes to break them down. What are you expecting in Sofia?
Yeah, I'm expecting a tough game, Rob. I think whenever you go away from home in Europe, it's always tough, especially third game. But yeah, we're up for the challenge. You have to be ready, and so far in the 2 away games we have been, we've done well. A draw and a win, so we've been solid. Of course, I touched on it before. In the final third, we need more quality, more composure, more shots on goal. Hopefully we'll see that tomorrow.
All the best.
Thanks. Cheers, Rob.
Okay, a couple of questions from Beth Fisher.
I'm good. Everyone's covered it for me. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Lawrence Mora.
Yeah, hi Ryan.
Hi, Lawrence.
With Kiefer not there, we saw that sort of swashbuckling style that you came in with against China and Republic of Ireland, and the sort of movement, and then you sort of tightened up at the back. Going back without Kiefer, are we going to see that kind of that team we saw at the very start of your reign coming back on tomorrow?
Hopefully. No, I think obviously it depends on the players at your disposal. I mean, Kiefer's come in and done fantastic. I always think that we try and get that balance of playing out from the back, playing good football. But with Kiefer, you have that option to go a little bit more direct early in the game. Maybe if you want to turn a team. So yeah, without Kiefer there, you have to find a different way to play, and that's what we're going to do.
Has it sort of been in your mind to try this out? Is this kind of something that you would have liked to have tried out anyway?
Yeah, it has. It has, because you're not always going to have the players available. So there's always a different way of playing in my mind, or if this player isn't available, how are we going to handle it? So yeah, it's always in my mind. It's the last 5 or 6 games, apart from obviously England, which was a huge game, they have been must-win games. So it's very hard to sort of try things along the way. Yeah, but it's always been in my mind to try other things.
In terms of Tyler Roberts, so we're maybe expecting him to come in as up front. He seems to be playing deeper for Leeds. Where do you see his best position?
Yeah, Tyler can play a variety of different positions. For Leeds, he's played as a 10. He's played out wide. He's played up front. He's played up front for me, out wide. So, yeah, he gives you that flexibility that he's comfortable in all them roles, all them forward areas. It's up to us to make sure that we get the best out of him, that we supply him. Like I said, we need to be better on the ball, show more composure. And Tyler is one of them players who can produce a goal, assist with a goal. So, yeah, he's definitely in my plans for tomorrow.
And just in terms of the group, you've got that 1-point lead over Finland. This is your last away game. A little bit of pressure on your players to get a result out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's always pressure. There's always pressure to get results. It's been difficult. Obviously, I've had 2 away games. This will be the 3rd away game on the bounce. It's not easy going away from home, especially with a short turnaround. But again, every team's got to deal with that, and we want to put ourselves in a good position for then 3 home games on the bounce. Obviously, 2 Nations League games on the bounce at home.
Great stuff. Cheers, Ryan. Good luck.
Thanks. Cheers, Lawrence.
Okay, we'll take a couple from the written press now. Ian Mitchellmore. No.
Afternoon, Ryan. Sorry, my feed's struggling here. Can you hear me okay?
No problem. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. You spoke beforehand, about how you've had to be so defensively organised. You've kept 3 clean sheets, the only team in League A and B to do that. Lawrence just asked you there about how well you started in attack, but defence has been a massive platform for you in these last few games, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like we need to get that defensive aspect because we have got players who can hurt teams. Again, I've just touched on it. We need to be braver on the ball, more composure, and then progress up the pitch a lot better than we did perhaps Sunday. But it's not easy. There's not a lot of goals in this group. Every game is tight. But of course, yeah, I'm happy with the way that we set up defensively. We need to be just a little bit better offensively now.
And just a word on Wayne Hennessy as well, surpassing Neville Southall's cap record the other day, and more clean sheets for him as well. Just a word on his contributions for you.
I mean, Wayne's got that experience. He's great around the group. Obviously, he organises and makes sure that we are solid at the back. And we need to keep that on. We can't get carried away. We need to keep that on because we need to keep on top of it and carry on this momentum that we have got defensively, and then just improve. Obviously going forward.
Thanks, Ryan. All the best.
Thank you. Cheers, Ian.
Okay, take a last couple of questions from Phil Blanche.
Hi, Ryan. Hope you can hear me.
Hi, Phil. Yeah, I can hear you.
Obviously scored 10 goals very early on in your management reign there against China and the Republic of Ireland. Have you had to tighten things, have you lost a bit going forward to tighten things up defensively?
Well, Phil, it's always about getting that balance. You don't want to give chances away. Again, I touched on it before, we need to be better going forward. Yeah, I mean, that's about creating relationships between players, whether it be fullback, winger, whether it be number 10, centre forward, midfielders. And that's difficult to get, obviously, with the different turnover of players that you get. But that comes, and it will come. But of course, I'm happy with the defensive aspect. We've got to keep on top of that. But going forward, yeah, we need to be better.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, that's great. Thanks all. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
I'll bring Tyler in shortly. Diolch.